Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is Weekly Shonen Jump for the week of January 27th, 2019. On the cover, we have Deku vs. Shinso. Hopefully this means that we're coming to an end to this fight. Like, it's not that it's been bad at all, it's just, like, I feel like either this chapter or next chapter would be a good time to, like, end this arc, basically. Or at the very least to end, like, these 5 fights. And then if we have, like, a chapter or two afterwards, just with the kids discussing things, I think that'd be fine. Anyways, actually, as we're talking about My Hero, I wanted to bring this up. I'm moving around Dr. Stone and My Hero. This is purely a personal thing. I'm going over the democratic vote for this because my boyfriend does not read My Hero Academia, and I don't want him to have to look away from the chat during Dr. Stone. So I think that this will be better, and he can look away from the chat for author comments, or he probably doesn't even look at my reactions for those, so it'll be fine. Anyways, that's all the housekeeping I need to do. Oh, actually, I've gotten so used to it already. I did get in, I had a surgery done recently, so that's why I've got a cast on. It's not even a cast, it's just bandages. It's not that big of a deal. It looks worse than it really is, don't think about it. Anyways, starting off with Black Clover, page 190, go! Okay, so he knows about it. They say magic items and priceless treasures from antiquity lie within it, but oh boy. I didn't consider that at all. What if he ends, what if, how do I put this? I do like how the different elves are all being, defeated in different ways. It's not like they all die going, oh man, humans are great. Some of them go down still with bitter hatred of humans, nothing has changed. The ones that are fighting the Black Bulls have generally gone oh, you know what? Maybe this is fine. I would actually like it if a couple of them are just super mad at the Purple Orca's captain because of, because he's himself, because he stole from them or something. Or even if they're about to seal away the Shadow Palace and then he screws it up because he's stealing treasure or something. That'd be cool. By the way, very recently I checked his name and I can't remember it again because it's such a weird name. Usually weirder names help me remember them more, but for him specifically, it's so weird because I really like him too. Of the captains who aren't badasses, I like him the most because I think his intangibility is such a cool power and he's so interesting. He's such a weirdo. I love how not evil but just not good he is as a person. Way more so than Jack. Jack is cool, but he's more of a badass to me. Even if he's done bad things, I think of him mostly as oh yeah, he's got cool fights. I want to see him fight more. Whereas with the Purple Orca's captain, I'm way more into him as a, I guess just as a character overall. He feels more multifaceted. All right, time to heal. I do appreciate that too. There are very few series I can think of with where there is a healer in the party, but we see the party heal, but between encounters. Because usually it's oh, we got real hurt, but now we have to go right into the next big fight, or we're ambushed or something. I really appreciate this as a way to show that, yeah, the Black Bulls are strong, but also they're recovering their mana constantly. That's how they're able to do all of this in one day. Oh, are they Astas? I didn't notice that at all. I guess they are different from our usual outfits. Oh, yeah. They never did explain why she was here. Or, they explained to us, the audience. We know that the main Eye of the Midnight Sun trio has teamed up with the Black Bulls, but they haven't explained her at all, in universe. Oh, whoa. Oh my. Oh, incoming from the capital. There are 2 elves on the way. Oh boy, oh boy. Hey, oh my gosh. I was worried for a minute, but no, we've got both of them together now. Fuegoleon and Marileon are both here. My god. God, they are truly insane. Hey, Nozelle's here. I wonder if they'll just split up again, or if we'll have a bit with, with the Vermilions just hanging out with the Black Bulls as they head over to help Yami out. Because that'd be a good way of making it less dangerous, but at the same time, there's a lot going on right now. It would be a better tactical decision to have more people spread out as much as possible. Not the Black Bulls, because an individual Black Bull can't do that much, but they're incredible as a team. but with everyone else, like with all the captains and stuff, it makes more sense to keep them spread out. Oh, that's right, that's right. Like, I was thinking of it as yeah, they have to get rid of it as soon as possible. But no, like, they have to save as many people as possible before it leaves. Jeez. Oh, boy. Also, the Golden Dawn's gonna have a lot of egg to wipe off their faces after this. Like, I haven't really thought about it, but yeah, the fact that their leader was, was half-licked, in a way, and all the others turned into elves, like, it's gonna be rough. Especially since they all are, like, from high-class families. That means that, I mean, maybe it won't work out like this, but I'm imagining that all those families will have a lot to not answer for, but they'll be ashamed. And that'll change the whole power dynamics of the series. Okay. Right. Man, I do love that Asta is, like, this important resource. Like, it's not just that having that sword is a Deus Ex Machina. Like, because it's so important, because it's, in a way, a Deus Ex Machina. Because of that, like, he has to be split. It means that he can't fight alongside his friends, or, like, he has to always be somewhere else. Wait, really? Is he doing this just because he, like, appreciates Noelle now? Or, because she really doesn't need to go. Like, if all the captains are there, too. I guess maybe to have her ice, like, or her water work in tandem with their fire, but no, even then, she feels like she'd be a liability. Oh my god, he's so frazzled! So, the last thing we're going to see from, like, this group of Black Bulls, I assume, is them not taking, like, I guess, yeah, taking on all of these elves and at least holding their own. Not necessarily winning, but at the very least stopping them from stopping the captains. And Nero, big panel of Nero. I mean, at this point, I'm not super invested in any theories involving Nero, but if, like, I do appreciate that we did get the big panel of him. Like, who knows what'll happen? I mean, the biggest plot twist would be, all the elves are defeated, then he absorbs all the negative energy they've channeled and goes, yes, I am the Demon King. I'm not super into the Nero secretly the Demon King thing, but I do want something big to happen with him, just because of how many times we focused on him. Okay, that's the end of the chapter, too. Wow. Fantastic chapter. Very much into it. Not my favorite chapter by a long shot, but for right now, of course, it is simultaneously the lowest and the highest. That's how rankings work. Let's see how Food Wars will deal with this, though. Like, overall, good chapter. I never have anything to say about it, and it bothers me, because I don't want to act like I don't enjoy Black Clover. It's just, there's not a whole lot I need to analyze about it afterwards. And in general, I found that I don't really analyze individual chapters of series very well. It was a very fun chapter too, though. Like, I appreciate that we got a big switch up, and I'm excited to see, like, I hope we do the same thing we did last time, where we get to see, like, Asta and the captains and how they save Yami. But then, separate from that, I hope we do flashback and we get to see how the Black Bulls handle, all these elves, and if someone else comes in to help them out. Like, Black Clover is the best when it does teamwork, and I really appreciate that we haven't had very many, like, pure one-on-one fights. Like, the last one I can think of is honestly Fuegoleon and Salamander versus that one elf. And even then, I mean, I said and Salamander. I mean, Salamander wasn't really an ally as much as he was just sort of a source of power, but still. Like, it's been a long time since we've had a fight where it's like, one-on-one, no interference. Maybe, I don't think we've had one of those since the tournament, really. And even the tournament didn't have any one-on-ones. It was all groups. Anyways, let's move on. Next is Food Wars. All right, get your bets in, gentlemen. Get your bets in. Oh boy. So I know Tsukasa can't possibly win here. Like, that's just not how the scaling works. Asi's got to save, or he's got to win, but I'm very curious as to why. And also, we had that name drop before, or not name drop. We had that drop of, you can't win because of what was it specifically? It was something involving a knife. I assume we'll elaborate on it in this chapter. But we'll see, Yeah, Like, it really is, the knights versus the scummy vagabonds. I hope they really play that up. Like, I know Tsukasa's gonna lose, but I want him to put up a really, really good fight. I want to understand why specifically it is that Saiba could win against Tsukasa. without just being like, oh, I'm just straight up better than you. Okay, what are they gonna bet? If I win, you'll give me that greater sword of yours. Is he also collecting knives? That'd be kind of cool. Like, though it does make this arc feel less interesting if we're doing that. Like, Subaru was already the knife collector of the series. It'd feel weird if he's also collecting knives for for basically the same reason of, their trophies. I also do like that we have, like, actual gangsters and stuff in the crowds now. It changes the whole dynamic. Like, I guess we haven't done that very much, but I like that there is, like, this other world to the series now that isn't just, people who are relatively invested in cooking. Before, his style was very self-effacing. He bowed before the will of the ingredients. I hope he didn't change to, someone who puts his will on the ingredients, though. Like, I like that idea. The idea that he is a servant of ingredients. Oh, he stands as his ingredients equal and faces them even in battle. Or, faces them even and in even battle. Okay. Alright, that's fair enough. Like, he didn't fling all the way around. It's more that, he wants to use them as his allies. Look at Saiba. What is he doing? Okay. So, I guess this is a bit of a difference from Subaru. Like, Subaru was collecting the knives just for the sake of collecting them. He was all about stealing. Like, he stole techniques, but he didn't really use other people's knives, right? He mostly just kept them as trophies. Whereas, I guess maybe Saiba does the opposites. Like, instead of stealing the techniques, he just steals the knives? Wait, a knife that looks like it'd be used in a circus, and something that looks more like a torture device. Were these stolen from the other noir? That could be it. Like, I'm not sure who the injector would be from, but, like, the knife that looks like it'd be used in a circus. That makes me immediately think of, the clown noir. And then the torture device might, do we have a torture noir? I was gonna say it might be Sarge, but she wasn't real, like, that would be more of a, like, military knife that he would have stolen from her. Actually, have we seen the other noir use knives? I mean, I guess Sarge has the chainsaw, but it'd be too obvious if he carried around also a giant chainsaw with him. Oh? Wait a minute, those are noir that went down. I thought for a moment it was going to be like, normal chefs that got taken out. Oh no, I hope that bunny hat noir isn't gone. I really liked him. I wanted to see what his cooking style was like. Oh, wait a minute. Is this the, I just said it. Is this the clown noir? Because if so, then maybe this was the torturer, and then we haven't seen what the bunny does, but did he just steal those knives fresh from the other noir? Oh, okay, yeah, so he did steal them even from the noir. Like, he's not on the side of the noir. He just happens to be one. If I had to guess then, I would say that, circus knife, definitely the clown. So either the torture device or the injector was the bunny. That's a good question, actually. I think the bunny would have been the injecting, the syringe then. Like, because how do I put this? Like, using the plunger on a syringe could be kind of like hopping. Like, maybe his whole idea was that, he hopped over the meat and, injected perfectly in order to, like, make them extra flavorful. Your crossed knives shine more brilliantly than ever. Okay, so it's not, okay. So it's specifically, like, not just that he copies abilities, but, like, he combines them. Takes in the essence of them, making their skill his. Then diving into his repertoire of required skills, he mashes two of them together, crossing them to create a new cooking style expressed through a never-before-seen dish. That's really cool. Like, I do wish that we had seen Bunny Boy, cook properly, but now this is cool in its own way. That we'll be able to see, like, old fighters, or, like, just other, I guess, the techniques of other chefs combined into his own abilities. Or maybe actually, maybe it won't be his abilities at all. Like, maybe he completely takes on the abilities of the people he's copying. So, like, where Tsukasa is slowly learning how to put himself into his dishes, Saiba does the exact opposite, or Asi, I mean. Asi does the exact opposite, and completely removes himself. He just uses other people to cook. Jeez, that is really cool. But due to the way this is presented, like, because Tsukasa didn't go first, it's the rule of Soma. Although it's not really a rule. Like, sometimes the person who goes first does end up winning. But the fact they didn't even bother talking about it feels so weird. Yeah, the winner is Asahi Saiba. Jeez, it actually sucks a little harder. Like, specifically that he didn't even get, the build-up. It was just, oh yeah, also you did really well, but it's just, there's no comparison. Oof, that freakish talent is mine now, thanks. It feels so weird, too, because, like, we didn't see him analyze him at all. There's gotta be some sort of weird downside to it, then. Though I do appreciate how, like, why they did this then. They did it specifically not just to eliminate Tsukasa, but also to give Saiba, like, the power of Tsukasa's cooking. He'll be like a Dark Knight now. It's Takumi, you have to come quick. I guess he was also beaten? I mean, that's pretty easy. He had the Mezzaluna for, like, one chapter. It's just gone again. I fully expected that to happen. The whole thing with Saiba, though, I did not expect that. Mostly because it kind of tramples on Subaru, but at the same time, like, Subaru is one of my favorite characters. Like, I love the way he cooks. I love his techniques. So, I guess incorporating that into the new final boss is, in its own way, a good way of, like, making him really good. It depends, I suppose. Like, if he doesn't do this perfectly, if he doesn't, like, if he's not a full step above Subaru, then I'm going to look back on this and I'm going to think, like, oh, this is not good. I don't like this. He sucks. I really, really hope that he just, that he manages to make the cross knives really cool. I do appreciate, by the way, the level of characterization in the series. Like, the fact that I'm talking about the character, and I'm saying, like, I hope this character does well, as opposed to, like, I hope the mangaka do well. Because I do have to admit, Food Wars is really, really good, to the point where I don't think about the fact that someone has to write the series and draw the series. Like, it all feels natural at this point. Anyways, that was Food Wars. Next is Lation, Process 6, Puppets. We're coming near the end of the suicide arc. Really hope that this goes okay. Like, how do I put this? We're getting to near the end of this arc, and I love the series way more than Chainsaw Man or Higuma, honestly. Like, I like Chainsaw Man for what it is, but it's not as compelling. Lation is, of the three jumpstarts that all started at the same time, it's definitely, like, the number one. It's the top series. I'm so into it. So, come on, how are they going to save him? I mean, they can't do it with hacking, so it's gotta just be, like, straight up catching her, right? Alright. Oh, and even that, the fact that it's being filmed, it's going to be given to the AI. I feel like because of the, like, because I just saw this one panel, I know how this is going to end now. The AI is going to see this and he's going to realize, like, oh yeah, the human desire to save others is important. It must be processed. And from then on, it's going to, like, not be nearly as efficient at killing people. Oh, I missed you. That's why I came for you. Isn't that a good enough reason? We have the most powerful wizard on our side, and he's gonna send Lemming packing. Okay. And I assume it's because specifically she showed her the video of, like, of, like, either this angle or just a video of, like, hey, this is going to happen exactly like this. And that's what broke her out of it. Like, up until this point, she probably thought that she was unique. Like, this is something only happening to her. And this is making her realize, like, oh no, I'm not special. This whole series is not special. Wow, I hate you now. Oh my gosh, also, like, Neo is straight up showing up. That's very unlike him. Okay. Oh, that's even more clever. Like, they looked up specifically because I was just thinking about it. Like, they have angles of other suicides, but they don't have an angle of this specifically. Whereas with this, like, they're just seeing that rooftop, and then they looked up to confirm, like, oh yeah, someone is there. What the heck? Okay, you wouldn't be able to track me down using orthodox methods. You and I are the same breed of criminal. But it's not gonna work. Like, even if you can agree, like, even if Neo ends up agreeing that, yeah, we are equally bad, which I don't think they are, but even if he agreed, he would just be like, well, yeah, sure, but I don't like you. Like, there's nothing you can say that can make me get on your side. Oh, you say that, but are you even really doing that? Saki's gonna live after all. Yeah, I think that's genuinely where he's going at. Like, no, it's not that Saki's the puppet. It's that you're the puppet. You're the puppet for this AI that is just, like, it's controlling you. You're not a real hacker. Like, you're not getting any enjoyment out of this. Or, like, you're getting enjoyment, but you are the slave to your program at this point. Are they gonna spin it like this? Right, wouldn't you be the easiest to control? I mean, even then, I'm not sure if this works as a as a rebuttal. I guess it could work on a human level of just making him so mad that he loses sight of what he's doing, and then he opens up a problem that allows them to get him arrested. But I feel like you could easily rebut this, but just by saying like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like even if I am being controlled, it just shows that I'm a genius. Because it also it does play into psychology of someone who wants to control others. Like the fact is that even if it doesn't matter, even if this is all for completing something that he personally wants, the idea that he is being controlled is enough to set him off. Aw, there's no need for you to die, Saki. Right. After the players killed themselves, you'd hack their smartphones and erase their data. Ah, yes. And of course, I was wondering when Daigo would show up, but I love that dynamic too. Like he is the odd man out. He is the character that we bounce ideas off of, but he still has a role to play as just like Neo should never do physical fighting. That's not the kind of character he is. So Daigo's got to be there to protect him. I really appreciate that. Besides those two, there's actually one more person. No, one more entity who saw it. Okay. God. That is extra clever. I didn't consider that at all. Like, I honestly thought it was going to be a bluff, but no. I sent it to Motoko and had her predict your next move. So it was 100% true to life. She really was controlling him, or at the very least, she absolutely can model him perfectly. You thought you were controlling other people's lives and deaths, and considered yourself some kind of god, but in reality, you were only being controlled by Motoko. Oh my god! Okay, so that's the final twist. It's not even that he was able to, reason with Motoko or something. No, he just straight up hacked her. And by hacking her, he was able to control him. That is one hell of a climax. Oh my god, that's where it ends too. We don't even end it on a, soft quip or something. No, it's just a 2-page spread saying, hey, big villain boy, we were controlling you. Or rather, the thing you built controlled you, and I controlled the thing you built. You're a double slave. Jeez. At this point, I assume his mind's going to be completely broken. He's going to be arrested, but he's going to have to go to an asylum or something. Jeez. Well, that was Lation. Seriously, what a good ending. For this arc. I am so into it. Oh, that was visceral. That was so much fun. Well, I hope that next chapter is we've done this, right? We've basically finished. I hope next chapter is a bit of a wrap up though. Hey, he's in prison now, or he's been arrested. He's being taken in. I don't want them to destroy Motoko. I'd actually really like it if they. I guess if he created the app on his own time, they could have evidence of that, but no evidence of Motoko, and then they could save her. Because I think that'd be really cool to have an app that controls people that is just on their side. If they don't feed it information, then they can't get any better. So it's not like it's an instant understand everything about the villains thing, but it could be a good way for them to to have a resource, to have something that can kind of predict the villain's next move. There's so many possibilities for it. I'm so into it. Oh my gosh. So I want Motoko to survive, and I want them to do a bit of an epilogue of hey, so we got rid of the lemming game. Or if anyone else was being controlled, we had this footage sent to the app so that, anyone still under its control would understand, okay, so this is what's going on. Don't kill yourself. The app will now be erased from everyone's phones. And then after that, we can launch into the next big arc. Oh my gosh. Overall, though, so satisfying. So very satisfying. All right, what do we have next? Next is Hell Warden Higuma, Chapter 5. All right, this might be the end of this arc, which would be kind of cool. We can compare the ending of, the first big arc for Higuma with the first big arc of Lation. I don't consider the previous arc to be a big arc. This was the first one that was multiple chapters. It was really big. Oh yeah, we had the whole baseball pun thing last time. All right. So this is the power of a Hell Warden. Yeah, I guess that's it. This might just be the final thing. He's already made his case of, I was just taking from old people, so he doesn't have much else to bargain with. Those of us who escaped the underworld, we used to belong in this realm, and I don't steal people's lives because I like doing it. Right. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, first of all, everyone who is in hell like clearly deserves it. I do think we could have an arc way later on where it's like, oh, people who are innocent are going to hell and then they have to rebel. But for right now, it's just like, you broke out. It's like you're living on borrowed time. Like it's different from just like a prisoner breaking out, because in order to exist in this world, you have to take the life force of others. It doesn't matter how ethically you're trying to do it. Like you're stealing people's potential. That is clearly wrong. Okay. And with this, like, yeah, he's absolutely irredeemable now. Like he doesn't want it. Higuma doesn't want extra life force. Oh, that's actually interesting to note, though. Only we escaped spirits have the ability to manipulate the life force of another being. So I could see an arc in the future that's more of like, this person is still alive, and this spirit is helping them stay alive. Or, like, this person is dying of cancer. Or even, like, this, like, small child is dying. And they can only, like, their life can only be extended by the help of this, escapee. I could definitely see that working out. But with this, like, I even appreciate that this is so very simple. It's so bland. I don't really care about this arc very much, but I appreciate what it's building up to. Everyone is afraid of hell. That goes double for anyone who's ever been there. Right. And I do appreciate that he's even saying, like, I'm not mad because of the fact that you're an inmate. I'm not saying that people reap what they sow, but the truth isn't that simple. But that's not the issue here at all. Right. Okay, so it is what I was saying last time. It's the whole Garo speech. Yeah, their very lives. Ooh, and even this. Like, are we going to get a... I forgot his name already, but I do want to learn a lot more about the Bunraisha in general, and especially him. Like, is he a denizen of hell, or is he also just a human being that helps out? Man, seriously, those two panels just have so much characterization to them. However you try to justify it, their lives are not yours to take. Right? That's also a really cool panel. I love it. Like, the fact that it's one panel but split across two, and you can see, like it's the words and then his reaction. It's so well done. Okay, well then. Okay, This also makes me wonder about the nature of their abilities. Like, before I said that his diamond shot thing, it felt like it wasn't really part of him. This shows that, yeah, it is absolutely part of him. Like, even if he's not using it with his hand, he can manifest it from his mouth. So, I wonder if there's a specific reasoning for it, though. Like, what do you have to do in life in order to have this be, like, the thing you have in hell? Or is it something that's given to you when you escape? Like, it feels so, like, it's not even like it's connected to anything else. Like, with most of the abilities that Higuma has, I can see how those could relate to, some enemy outs, some enemy he beat, and like how that might relate to the way they, committed crimes. It could be as simple as like, I killed people with a blade, so now this is my blade that I got from him. Or this is the blade that I've manifested, and then when Higuma gets it, he gets to manifest the same blade. I don't know how this would, like, correlate to anything in the real world. Like, I guess maybe just a gun, but also, he's been around for, like, over 150 years, right? So it'd have to be, like, a really old gun. And this feels like a very modern-looking gun. Okay. Alright, so is he destroying it or is he teleporting it? It's the great Spike arguments. Do these flames just destroy or are they teleporting things away? Okay, it was teleportation. Oh, number 0. So he can also use number 0. Is he just going to use this, like, does he get... Okay, let's just see. I've got an idea. Okay, never mind, my idea was wrong. I was gonna say, like, oh, is he just gonna use the same blade as the Bunraisha? Because I guess that would work if he wanted to do, like a 3-way move or something. Like, synergizing all these 0 hands. But no, it seems like his 0 hand is just a different weapon altogether. Or, like, maybe this is, like, one weapon, and then all the Bunraisha weapons, like, draw energy from it. I could see that, too. Because there's also the question of, like, why did he choose this specifically? Like, is it just because it was sent to him by this Bunraisha? But no, not even then. Like, he got it from the cauldron, so theoretically, he could have chosen any of his hands. So why 0? Like, so far I'm interested in it enough, and I do hope that there is, like, a logic to all of these. Like, not necessarily a rock, paper, scissors logic, because some of these are just, he got them from various things he fought. Like, they don't have to all cover a certain thing. But I want there to be like reasoning for why he uses all of them, as opposed to just, oh, I wanted to switch things up. All right. So also a 2-page spread to end the chapter. Very killer move to be certain. Like in terms of being a mangaka, if you end with a 2-page spread, it's always going to be like, it's always going to have a powerful impact on the reader. So far, don't really care about Hell Warden. Not great. I'm not going to drop the series just yet, though. Like, it is fun enough. But, like, of all the series I'm currently reading in Jump, this is the one that I'd be most likely to drop. That said, let's move on to Chainsaw Man, Chapter 7, Meowie's Whereabouts. Okay, If Meowie is real, then that will actually change the way I see, I see Power. Like, completely. Because before I thought of it as just like, okay, yeah. She even had a line where she was like, oh, was that the story? But I guess she could have meant it as just like, oh, is that why I said that, I wouldn't be going in with you? If Meowie is real, then I'll like her so much more. Like, my theory really is just, we're gonna see Denji kill this bat, and then later on he's going to blackmail Power into, like, forcing, like, because the Bat Devil's no longer around, because maybe Meowie will be safe, in exchange for all of that, in exchange for, not, saying that she, is a rogue demon, in exchange, he's gonna feel her up. And it's probably not going to be great because, her boobs are not right. I think that'd be a cool way of ending it off. Anyways, let's read the actual chapter now. I've settled on children to cleanse my palate. Okay, yes, so yes, Meowie is real. Meowie's also not a demon animal, it looks like. He's just a cat. No, oh my god, if you eat Meowie, I'm gonna be so mad. No, no! Jeez. Okay. God, she cut a bear in half! I really like her design here, too. Like, I guess she wasn't as beaten down as Denji, because, like, it's not like she had a debt or anything. Like, his situation was really awful, where she was just more, like, feral, I guess. Is she milking a cow just to get milk from Meowie? Oh no, she killed the cow, too. Oh my gosh, I love this. Like, taking a thin, sickly cat and making it nice and fat and adorable. It feels strange to hear a voice that isn't screaming. Aww. That is very cute in its own way. Also, that's a cool way of transitioning in and out of the flashback. Like, I really do appreciate how, like, so far, I guess everyone who works, for the agency have this very, like, their business attire. They have business attire, but it's not like crisp business attire, if that makes any sense. It looks cheap. It looks cheap in a good way. Like, they look like actual, like, Japanese salarymen, as opposed to, like, the traditional cool dudes in suits doing cool things. They look shabby, which really fits their underdog sort of, like, position right now, as an agency that could be just cut off at any time. Like, they're very experimental. Disgusting. Nothing but disgusting blood. Oh boy. My mouth tastes revolting. I must rinse it out with the blood of children. God, I love how Bat Devil is the most stereotypical monster thus far. I'll have a virgin as an appetizer. For the soup, a healthy woman of ripe age. The main course will be a good plump man. And for dessert, I desire a pregnant woman. Okay, come on, Denji. Give me back my boobs! Okay, it's time. It's time for Chainsaw Man. I really, really appreciate that. This is most likely the start of a new volume. And we're kicking things off with Chainsaw Man after quite a while of not having him. I really appreciate how cool that is. I hope the Bat Devil, like, straight up says in the next chapter he didn't realize that Denji was, like, a fiend or merged with a devil at all. Because, like, that, I really, really want to learn more about, like, this situation and why it's so very strange. Like, Chainsaw Man is good. It's a good series. It's not the greatest series, but it is solid. I appreciate that it's in Jump. Like, it's so distinctly different from everything else. And I love how breezy it feels. Like, it feels like almost a, like, quasi-seinen version of, like, in terms of how I feel, not in terms of the series itself, but it gives me the same feeling as Black Clover in a weird way. Like, Black Clover is a fast, action-packed read, whereas Chainsaw Man is more of a fast, like, crass read. It's not your mama's manga, whereas, like, Black Clover is definitely, like, an all ages for literally anyone, like, shonen series. Chainsaw Man's just a slightly more edgy. Okay, so that was Chainsaw Man. Is that the end? Oh my gosh, I didn't do rankings. I'm so stupid. God. Okay, Food Wars was... I liked it, but it was below Black Clover. Why do I always forget at least something in these reactions? Lation definitely above Black Clover. Lation's just at the top overall. Like, Higuma was forgettable, so I'll put it... this Food Wars chapter was not forgettable, so I should put it below Food Wars. And then Chainsaw Man was very middle of the road. It was good. It made me excited once more. I hope that Power is not a like not great character. I hope that she sticks around. I like her now, like even more than I did before. So I will put it. I guess I'll put it below Black Clover. Like, this was a good Black Clover chapter, but it was above Food Wars. The two series in Jump currently using chainsaws, of those two, Chainsaw Man is definitely on top. For now. Alright, so that was the pre-recorded portion. It is now 12. Should I jump right into the live stream? Oh, let's not look at We Never Learn right now. I guess I'll just go to the main page, and I'll do something else, and then in like half an hour or so, I will jump into the live stream. Nya everyone, this is Thermite, and this is Weekly Shonen Jump, the live stream part of it. There's gotta be a classier way to do this. I will think of it later, though. So, I've done all the normal streaming series, if you're curious, or the non-streaming series. So far, the ranking is Lation, Black Clover, Chainsaw Man. Oh, let's pause myself. Chainsaw Man, Food Wars, and Hell Warden Higuma. So, we're starting off with We Never Learn. I know a lot of people don't really read We Never Learn, but I really like the placement of it here. It means that if you, for some reason, have not caught up on the chapters, you can read them real quick while I'm doing this. If not, you can read one of the best series in Jump. Or watch my reaction to one of the best series in Jump. Well, everyone's doing... They all have 80s. That's actually really cool. Like, I do appreciate that for a series with a very simple premise of they're studying. And, you know, these girls are terrible at studying. I appreciate that they actually do manage to make progress. Oh, I should probably put in chats that we are doing... Oh no, it's froze. Okay, We Never Learn. Yeah. What is he focusing on? Like, we still have that unresolved thing where he is not, in fact, working on, like, getting into the university he wanted to get into. The best theory I've heard about it so far is that he needs a job with more money. Even though he is clearly suited to be a teacher, he just doesn't think it'll be enough to support his family. That, and also he doesn't want to go and do, like, you know, a 4-year degree when he has to support his family for, you know, those 4 years. Oh boy. Well, hard cut to them freaking out? Yep, well, not quite freaking out. Oh man, Yorka actually looks really good in this this hairstyle. See chapter 35. They're finally overlapping when it comes to their various disguises. Okay, Komanami chapter finally? Okay, yeah, this is absolutely Komanami's cafe. Oh boy, okay. Well then. I think that means oh man, I wish I had a spreadsheet of which girls have worn maid outfits at this point. Because I feel like we've hit basically all of them at this point. Did we see Furuhashi in one already? I mean, this is blonde Furuhashi, so it is different, technically. Wait, Yuika's working here? What? Okay. Oh, that's why he, like, came in so early, too. Like, as opposed to, you know, being there super late to help her study. He's actually, like, filling in for her. Okay. Oh, my. I mean, I don't know how in the world he couldn't recognize them. Oh my god, he's wearing contacts. Jeez. Okay, so, fair enough. I mean, with Furuhashi, I can absolutely believe it. With, like, Urka looks exactly the same, more or less. She even has the hair bob thing out there. Like, her hairstyle is just slightly different, but also she has the tan. It's so, Yuiga, why? Oh boy, so be it. High bars are easier to clear. No, that's it. You don't understand how degenerate a maid cafe can be. What a masterful combo. A flawless pairing of sunshine and cool breeze. Oh boy. Okay, so now they're just abandoned here doing maid stuff. Oh boy, okay. How are they going to explain this away? Oh my gosh, we haven't seen her in forever. Jeez. Wait, what? Why? Why was this her decision? Like, it's a clothing shop. They could just be shopping. I guess the problem is that they already did the whole maid uniform thing, so he knows what they look like. He'll just be like, why aren't you working at the cafe? Even if he doesn't recognize them for, who they are. Is he going to change her top? No, he's just lifting her up. Jesus. How? She is very clearly a human being. Like, how would you hug her close to your body and go like, oh yeah, this is clearly a mannequin. There are other mannequins here too, like that's his job. Mannequins these days are so lifelike. Why does it remind me of that maid from before? Oh boy, We Never Learn is truly a gem. Like, yeah, it's literally not possible. There's no way. How can you not make the connection? A third job? God, Naruyuki, really. I feel like this is going to tie into his ultimate goal, though. Like, because he's only doing school, he can now work all these jobs, he's supporting his family, or maybe what he wants to do is, like, if he's going to go and shoot for the scholarship, then he wants to save up enough money that he doesn't have to work, but his family can still live off of what he's made right now. God, I forgot how much I loved Rizu's, like, dynamic with her dad. Oh? Kominami, maybe, please? Nope. Oh, geez. Okay, well then. That's a big bomb. Like, yeah, why'd you give up the VIP recommendation? We knew he was going to do it, but now all the girls know about it. Jeez. Alright, well, that's an ending, alright? I'm hoping that we'll tackle the rest of this then. Like, I'm hoping that we will learn why it is specifically that Yuiga is giving up his recommendation. Like, I want all the girls to be on him because he's done a new arc with all of them so far. It only makes sense for all of them to dogpile him and to do a proper Yuiga arc. Overall, this was a super well constructed chapter. Like, We Never Learn will occasionally do, your disguise chapters, your stalking someone chapters, but I think this is honestly one of the best ones they've done so far. We got some cute maid outfits. We got, like, multiple environments too. None of these overstayed their welcome. I would have been happy if this was all just the maid cafe, but we jumped around. It was super well done. Like, We Never Learn is genuinely one of my favorite harem series thus far. Okay, so enough gushing about We Never Learn. Hopefully everyone's had time to read the things they wanted to read. We are going to jump right into more We Never Learn. God. It was because I took the previous thing that was just looking at Shonen Jump as a whole, and then I moved to We Never Learn. That's why. Oh no. Well, I guess I'll keep this in. The double We Never Learn. But after that, we will have the Promised Neverland. Okay, let's do this real fast because there is a big bombshell here. Okay, The Promised Neverland, Chapter 120. Starting off with the big question of what demons are. Like, there's so much they could do here. Are they humans? Are they mutated? Are they aliens? Are they literally magic? Like, it feels weird to call this a hint at all, but the fact that they are called demons means that either they're going to literally be demons, or more likely, they're absolutely not demons. Like, that's not foreshadowing or anything at all. That's just, it's either this or the exact opposite of this. I feel like there's more to it by calling them, like, by having them not actually be demons. Because that is just an assumption the kids came up with. Or just, it's just a nickname they came up with that just, stuck. So, there is a spiritual component to them, though. Like, we can't forget, around chapter 100, we had the whole, communion with Gargablarg thing. So, they could even if they are like aliens or something, they have to be aliens that are also magic. Okay. They can't maintain their shape and form unless they eat humans. Like, first of all, that's a big thing to reveal right, like, in the first page. Also, oh no. I heard a strange whirring sound. Did my computer just freeze? Oh no, oh no. Let me just see if I'm still live. Okay, yes. I am still live. Okay. What in the heck was that? I've had some bad trouble with Promised Neverland as of late. Anyways. What was I just saying? Oh, that most series will not do a bombshell like this in the first chapter, or in the first page. Because the idea is that, like, maybe someone's, skipping around. Maybe there's, like, flicking through. Like, if they're flipping through the book, then obviously they're going to be spoiled on things just by, visuals. But generally, you don't put a big bombshell like this at the very start of a chapter. Like, a series like One Piece can do it sometimes because it's so popular, but this is a big power move. They're monsters that don't have shapes. I guess that makes sense. Like, how would I put this? The brain is probably, like, it's just tastiest, but also, the brain contains all the information on how to form a human body. So, like, the DNA does that too, but, like, the brain, I imagine, like, because of, like, how do I put this? Because the brain contains all the information of, like, how the body should work. If you want a quick shortcuts, then you could just eat the brain. Maybe, they could just, eat arms and legs and stuff. Clearly, like, some demons just do that. They don't eat brains at all. So maybe it's more like just the brain is the easiest way to, like, gain a humanoid shape. And it has, like, all of the information and stuff in it. And if you're super smart, then, like, it's better developed. But you can still subside off of, limbs and whatnot. A lot. Do these all say Promised Neverland anime on them? Because this one says, Yakusoku no Neverland anime, something, Moku. Then this is TPN anime Mitanai? I think it's Mitanai. I don't know what that means, though. Man, this is cool, though. Also, are these the demons from, like, the opening of the anime? I guess so. Maybe. That might be a bit of a stretch. This one definitely looks like the two-eyed one, the very signature one that, like, peeks below the truck. But the others are all, like, kind of just random. Oh, that could be all the eyes from that one, like, multi-eyed one from the forests. Anyways, let's stick with the actual narration instead of going off on weird tangents. Okay. Bacteria mostly multiply by binary fission. They don't change. It excretes clones. Okay. Oh, so they're like chimera ants. Like, they eat things, they then absorb those things. That's super cool. Okay. Their evolution was similar to that. That explains the wide variance of demons we've seen so far. Like, for instance, like the fact that that Luvis had God, what was the monkey that Luvis had? It's on the tip of my tongue. Palvis, that's right. Like, Palvis was very monkey-like. It could literally, like, they could both be demons of the same, potential. But Palvis just, ate a monkey, whereas Luvis has been eating humans for, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And that's, oh my gosh, yes, they evolve by eating. That's also why the ones in the forest are, like, the super wild ones. It's not specifically that, they were just in the forest always. It's specifically like they are in the forest, thus they became like animals, because they keep on eating animals. And it does come from the genes, like not specifically from the brain, just from genetics. Right, and evolved into various shapes. Like this is, the one from the forest arc that Sanju was riding. And then Palvis, of course, then the dragon. I guess the dragon probably, oh wait a minute. I guess the dragon didn't eat a dragon, but rather it just, like, it ate various creatures, and then, like, those assimilated traits became dragon-esque. Also, I guess this isn't Gargablarg, then. It could be, actually. It feels weird to just toss it into a big, like, mashup of different demons, if it really was Gargablarg, so it can't be. And then they eventually ate humans. Right. Humans became their favorite food, and they rapidly surpassed humans, became humans' natural enemies. Right. I mean, this is all very, very logical. And of course, they are the natural predators of humans, literally. Because, like, once you gain sentience, you would never want to lose it. Like, I would never, that's a lie. I've had ideas about losing sentience before, but, like, in general, human beings would not want to lose sentience. So, like, if you have the mental capabilities of a human, of course, you'd want to keep them forever. Call them by various names: demons, monsters, devils, gods. Right? Right. And as long as they have to keep on eating. But then how do Sanju and Mujika work? I'll think about that a little later, like once this narration is over. I don't want to pick apart things that could be explained. After discovering and desiring the human taste, intelligence, and form, they continued eating humans, even after the formation of the promise. That's their real nature. Okay, so that's the end of the narration. Even after the formation of the promise implies that, yeah, the promise is what separates the humans from the demons. It's the reason why the demons don't overrun and kill all the humans. So, like, the promise definitely has to include the farms and whatnot. It has to be something akin to, like, well, we know that you want to stay sentient, so you can have this many, but, like, it's not enough humans that you can overtake us. Like, it's enough that a select, number of demons can keep on, being demons. Or you can have more demons that are less evolved. But, like, overall, like, that's all you've got. But then the demons still haven't given something to the humans. Like, the killing thing is mutual. Humans killed demons, demons killed humans. That's not the promise. Like, that is just a separation. Then we know the humans gave, like, some children to the demons for the farms. That was what the humans gave over specifically. We still don't know what the demons gave the humans. I think it could be as simple as, like, they have demons for slaves. Like, in the sense that demons can absorb something and then become that thing. If you have, like, it's not technology. I guess it is like biotech in a way. Like, demons could be the ultimate vaccines. If you have demons who you've made friends with, and you have them, like, eat various like viruses and then take over those viruses, you could then, like, create immunity to basically anything. Like, I think that's got to be it. It's got to be, like, the genetic power of demons now exists within, with humans. And because of that, like, you don't want to jeopardize them because now society runs on demon power. I really do think that is going to be not the twist, but, like, that is going to be what the promise is. Apart from that, with Sanju and Mujika, I feel like there's two ways we can go with that. Number one is the simple answer. We did see Sanju, like, eating a demon at one point. Like, a lot of people have thought that Sanju's a cannibal, so I feel like that's the obvious option, is that they are literally cannibals. They eat other demons that have eaten humans, therefore they don't eat humans themselves. But, like, they're still able to, like, absorb those genes. It's just, they're secondhand. The weird thing with that, though, is that Sanju and Mujika aren't very, like, mutated. They're very, very humanoid, especially Mujika. So I don't quite buy into that theory. It's a good one, but I don't think it's all that there is to it. The second is that it has something to do with, like, the spiritual power of demons. Like, it could be as simple as, if enough demons are humanoid, then other demons can, like, tap into that, like, how would I put it? The collective unconscious of demons. Like, the fact that they are, like, how would I put that? I guess it'd be just, like, as long as you don't eat humans, you can still maintain a humanoid shape, but you just have to, like, understand the spiritual process. In that case, like, I could see that working, because I want there to be an answer that doesn't require exterminating the demons. Like, from the very moment that, sorry, my throat hurts. From the very moment that Emma said that she wanted to renegotiate the promise, the series has never been about exterminating the demons, and it hasn't been about, like, just getting over to the human side. It's been about renegotiating the promise, which implies that it's mutually beneficial. Like, that's why I had that whole rant before about the promise, and about, like, well, we don't quite know what the humans got from the demons. Because, like, in order to renegotiate it, I assume, like, Emma's gonna have to say, well, let go of all the kids, stop farming human beings. In exchange, the human world has to give up whatever they got. So the big question is, what did the human world get? Will they be okay with losing that? Or, like, how detrimental would it be for the humans to lose that, whatever that is? I do feel like, in that case, the ultimate happy end, so to speak, would be to figure out a spiritual way to keep, like, a selection of humanoid demons, like, as humanoid demons. That would mean that, like, the world would still be separated, but they wouldn't have to eat humans just to maintain their humanoid forms. At the same time, like, because they are humanoid, they would still have that desire of, well, I want to eat humans. Even if I don't have to, like, even if our religion permits us not to. That's another thing, actually. Sonju and Mujika had a specific religion that I've always thought had to tie into, like, how it is that, like, how it is that they can stay separate from demonkind and still, like, be thriving. And also, like, why they would. Like, especially now that we have these revelations. The fact that they don't eat humans is so insane. And especially with Mujika, actually. Like, to be fair, we never saw behind her mask. That could be where everything's super freaky. But, like, Sonju, like, how do I put it? Mujika is so much more humanoid than Sonju. That feels weird to think that she would be, like, getting her humanoid power just from killing other demons. This is not the end of the chapter, so let's just keep on going. Wow, I might have more to talk about, but I really do feel like stopping the chapter to talk is better for me than waiting until the end of the chapter. I rarely ever say anything of value at the end of a chapter. Like, that's a big reveal, but it all fits in perfectly. I can't think of a plot hole right now that would be uncovered by this. And we still don't know where their origin is. Like, the fact that they can do this is super alien, super bizarre. The series itself is pointing that out. So, wherever they come from is still going to be a strange, like, it's going to be a mystery going forward, which I'm super excited about. Also, is anyone in chat? Let me just quickly check. Okay, yes. Whoops. I have not been able to look at chat until right now. Or rather, okay. Live chats. Okay. I'll wait until this chapter is over and then quickly run through chat because sorry. Oh man. I need to read your cool We Never Learn comments. Okay. A demon doesn't eat a human for 6 months would lose intelligence and return to the wilds. So that also means actually that. So that, like, I'm reading that as like, oh, you have to eat human every 6 months, like it's a pain. But it could be like written the other way around as like if Sonju and Mujika are eating, other humanoid demons, then that means that they don't necessarily have to be able to, like, they don't have to hunt demons constantly. They just need to hunt one every 6 months. Though it has to be a humanoid demon each time, which I guess is bad, right? Like, it's dangerous. Also, sorry, Damage. Yeah, I probably should give people heads up on when I'm streaming. It's always going to be, like, between 12 and 2. Because, like, I can't stream when anyone's in the house. And I especially shouldn't be streaming right now because I'm, like, healing, but whatever. If the farms are destroyed, the demons will become wild. So that's why he's destroying the farms. I guess that does work, like, just in the sense of the problem with that, though, is like you are getting rid of the human market by turning more and more demons into just random feral demons. But at the same time, you're also just leaving, the highest, most powerful demons to thrive. Okay. Yeah, Zazie cut down the demons with a sword. 3 demons with 1 swing. And Zazie cut through the masks that are, like, basically bulletproof. Okay, Zazie was born in Lambda. Wait, where Norman and Adam... Okay, never mind. I thought they meant it as, like, born in Lambda, where Norman and Adam were born. But no, that's not the case. Okay. What did he see here? That's the experimental farm, Lambda 7214. Okay, so they definitely are, like, this especially, like, these... this one and the third boy here, they definitely resemble Norman a lot, so it's gotta be, like, they're all Rattree clones. Or something, at the very least. It is. And that's why that's why Adam's so big. It's to make more meat. This guy is big because they want him to have a bigger brain. Oh, jeez. Oh, that is real disturbing. Especially, like, the thing that squicks me out the most is honestly the fetuses. Like, it feels so weird to show fetuses in Jump in a way that isn't, like, space fetuses. Like, magic... How would I put this? Like, if it's a series with, a picture of, like, oh, this is what I was when I was born, or, some other magic space fetus, like, that's a trope, right? I feel like I'm insane for saying that. But, like, it's so much less biological. Whereas with these, it's clear that's like, oh no, like, these are fetuses that will be eaten. Something about that is just deeply, deeply disturbing. And not like Promised Neverland isn't already disturbing, but that's extra, extra disturbing. Oh man, and Even that, like, bringing in non-humanoid demons to eat these kids to see, like, okay, how much will they change? Like, how high grade is this meat? Right. Okay. So that makes sense. So, like, all of the kill squad, so to speak, are from Lambda. But Jin and Hayato aren't from. They're born in a new affiliated mass production farm. But, oh. Okay, so... Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. So they're not from Lambda, but, like, Lambda principles are being extended to other farms. Oh god, actually. What if Gracefield ends up being like Lambda then? Like, we haven't cut to Gracefield in so long. What if, like, I mean, was it pre-time skip? Because the twist could be that, like, they go to Gargablarg to figure out what is going on with Lambda, or like they want to renegotiate the promise, and then just as that's released, they're like, all right, so Phil's gonna meet up with us, and then it turns out they've all been turned into abominations or something. Hey, Lemem. I do appreciate the way that Norman is being portrayed here. Like, he is definitely a freedom fighter. It's definitely, like, it feels a little ambiguous, but especially after Goldie Pond, like, it feels much less ambiguous than it could be. Like, everyone is perfectly justified in, you know, killing these demons. Especially after this. Like, now that so many of these kids, like, can't have human lives because they've been messed with, like, genetically. I already have a plan. The weapons, firepower, and other arrangements are set. But I definitely feel like, yeah, this is going to run right into Emma's plan to renegotiate the promise. Like, he clearly wants a military style, like, end the demons permanently, whereas Emma is more of a, like, she just wants to free all the kids. We'll annihilate the demons, make them extinct. The Neverland where we can't become adults is going to end. Let's establish a paradise for all of us in this demon world. Yeah, and it seems like everyone's on board, but Emma... She understands what this means, right? Do you think that they forced Norman to jerk off into a tube to make the clones? I don't think so, because they're clones. Like, they're not children. To be fair, he did mention forced breeding. Yeah, experiments in breeding. So maybe his cum was involved. I don't think so, though. I feel like it's gotta be mostly just, like, pure genetic grafts and stuff. Though, that would be, like... I don't know. It just feels weird for the Promised Neverland to have one of the kids that we know of have children of his own. Like, because of how important children are to the series, it would feel like I don't know. It's not that it would trample on the way the series works, but it would feel strange. It'd be a dynamic that I don't think would fit the series. It would definitely fit a different sort of series, like Terraformars or whatnot, but not Promised Neverland. So I don't think they sucked up his cum. Norman is on the side of premeditated self-defense. Exactly. Okay, so this is the end of the Promised Neverland. Before I move on to what is next, Dr. Stone, I will quickly go through the comments. I do apologize for not looking at those. Also, the reason I use the old channel to post in chat is because if I'm using Dynamite and Echo, I cannot get into chat on my phone. It is so weird. Like, I assume it's just a problem with my phone specifically, but I cannot watch my own streams as Dynamite and Echo. That's why I'm using Thermite Kitty. Which also, I'm using the Thermite Kitty account. It's not my old account. My old account is still permabanned. This is just a new account with the same name that I am using for, like, oh boy. It freaks me out whenever I'm live playing this. I'm using it just for, like, my, wait, this is Thermite. Okay, I'm using Thermite Kitty specifically just for, like, playlists and stuff, so if I lose Dynamite Neko, I don't lose all my favorites and stuff. Got a bunch of other accounts, too. I'm planning on putting archive videos on Spicy Nya, so that way, if Shueisha decides to look in my descriptions and take out any redirects there, they won't be taking out Dynamite Neko. So we'll see how that goes. I did lose a Hunter x Hunter video recently to Shueisha, so a little scared. Tiny bit scared about them. At me for your fucking streams, you nerd. Will do, will do. I feel really weird adding people on Donut's server, though, because I am not Donuts. Yeah, I guess I need a specific live stream tag. Like, if people can opt into it, it'll be fine. God, man, the server's gonna get so weird if we have so many specific tags, but I'd be okay with that, actually. Like, as long as it's not the Donut livestream tag. Maybe his come was involved. Maybe his come was involved. Okay, alright, I am now caught up. I do agree. Not being able to watch myself is true degeneracy. YouTube, what are you doing? Wow, that was the Promised Neverlands. My gosh. Overall, pretty excited. I said everything I really wanted to say in terms of, like, theories and whatnot. If I had to finalize my theories, though, I do think that in addition to the whole, Emma versus Norma thing that I'm predicting will happen, I want to say, just because I like weird supernatural stuff, I want to say that Sanju and Mujika are, like, they're subsisting on a combination of eating demons and, like, some sort of spiritual thing. I do want it to be that, like, I want at the very end game of the series to be that the demons haven't been killed. They're not done for. They still exist, and they can be human without killing humans, but some of them still want to kill humans. I think that'd be a really cool, like, an interesting dynamic to leave the series on. Like, not specifically like, oh, we solved the demon problem. Like, the world still has demons. They're still on the other side. A war might break out, but Emma, the Gracefield kids, and all the other kids are all safe. Like, that's the end point. And whatever happens after that is, it's up in the air. I think that'd be a really cool, ambiguous way to end the series. That, and also, I want that flash forward of Sanju killing kids and old Emma shaking her hand at him and going, Sanju, you stay away from my kids. Alright, anyways, that is The Promised Neverland. Moving on, next is Dr. Stone. In case you did not see my thing at the very start of this, which you probably didn't, I've moved around My Hero Academia and Dr. Stone, because specifically, I do want Donut to be able to watch these if he wants to. He doesn't need to, but in that case, I don't want him to have to, like, look away from the chats to read Dr. Stone. So I'm putting My Hero Academia at the very end from now on. That still means that My Hero Academia spoilers might be in chats, like, during author comments, but I don't care about that. He shouldn't be looking at the chat during author comments anyways, whatever. Anyways, so we are starting off with Dr. Stone. Boichi, what are you doing? What is this? I mean, I get what this is. It is the word Dr. Stone, or the title Dr. Stone, made out of bread. The big question is why, though? Why? For what purpose? I know they're making bread, but still, for what purpose? The king of long-lasting food, we're making bread, and if you need bread, just start with wheat. Who the heck is this? What is happening, Dr. Stone? What is going on? Oh my god, yeah, I just noticed that Senku's hair is coming out of the hat. I was gonna say, it's kind of like Jotaro, but no, like, with Jotaro, it is genuinely difficult to tell where the hat ends and the hair begins, and that is clearly intentional with the ripped back of the hats. With this, like, there's no subtlety here. This is not subtle. Okay. Right. We're gonna need a whole lot of food that'll last. In other words, we need to make bread. I guess not, like, fluffy bread. I mean, I imagine that the village is gonna make, like, all sorts of crazy, cool, fluffy breads and whatnots. But for the actual travel, they're gonna have to eat, like, garbage. They're gonna have to eat, like, hardtack, basically. Like, what else can you have for a voyage? Like, I've read a bunch of pirate novels, and generally they mostly just bring up, like, there's hardtack, there's, like, generally grog, like, not even oranges, just, like, orange juice inside of grog in order to keep away the scurvy. And then you have, like, fish and stuff. There's, like, meat rations, like, severely salted meats. But apart from that, like, there's not a whole lot else. Like, maybe nuts or something for protein. All right, brioche, sfogliatella, pain au chocolat. Okay, I got that one at the very least. Why do they sound like attack names? Also, I guess, to be fair, I was gonna say, how does she know about attack names? But we do know that the 100 Tales do have, like, shonen battle elements involved in them, so there probably is a tale that helps you survive in this world that is also literally Dragon Ball. Incidentally, I recently watched the Broly movie. So good. Please check it out if you're into Dragon Ball. It's so good. Oh my god. It might be the best Dragon Ball movie of all time. Anyways. We need to last. That means hardtack. Yep. Oh boy. We'll make it all, because I'm the greediest man in the world. Yeah, that is, like, it. the concept of grain is truly amazing. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Okay, sorry. I just noticed something. What in the hell is Oh my god, Kohaku, what the fuck? Oh my god. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, well, that's certainly a thing. Oh boy. Anyways, sorry, that took me very off guard. Jeez. Our fields have got to be on the plains of Kanto. Kaiju and the gorilla team are gonna have a blast. Oh yeah, Kanto is a real region in Japan, isn't it? I'm so used to Pokemon. Wait, what? Really? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought we meant Taiju's dad, but no, okay. That is pretty cool, though. Come on, Yuzuriha. You got him, man. Yuzuriha's really got her work cut out for her. Although, to be fair, he's not cracked very much. Like, he's not damaged. They just need to, get more revival fluid eventually. Also, that's true, actually. Even if they don't have the fluid, at the very least, like, if she can just put them all together while they don't have fluid, then when they have it, they can, mass revive a ton of people. Man, Kohaku, you've grown so much. I never would have thought that she'd say something like this when she was introduced. But yeah, like, she is fully on the side of science at this point. Like, not that she wasn't before, but just, like, she fully understands it. She understands how important science is. I do love that, though. Like, I really do hope that, like, by the time they're ready to set sail, the village has also been set up in a way where we can just assume from that point on, when they come back, like, it'll only get better. Like, there are no, like, all the main problems that the village would run into are fine. Like, they've been solved for now, not perpetually, but, it's good enough. Because, like, if this were a lesser series, I feel like we would go to Brazil and then come back, and then we'd have sort of a Return of the King-esque situation where, the village has been taken over by Chinese people, and then they have to go, scourge the Shire, so to speak. I don't think that's going to happen here, though. Reviving one person already led to the forceful establishment of capitalism. This is true. Like, I mostly just don't want people to be revived while the crew is away. That would lead to some bad situations. Oh yeah, these are some nice thighs. Like, Kohaku has been the thigh service ever since the very start, and she hasn't really stopped. Also, they still have not invented underwear, as far as I can tell. Like, oh man, I want to read the department store chapter again now. Did the department store involve underwear at all? Like, did we even see a single shot of panties? Because if not, that means that underwear still does not exist in the Stone Worlds. My god. This is such a cool shot, too. Like, it's so classic shonen. It's the classic, tilling the fields to make yourself stronger. Though, I guess for Taiju, it's more just, tilling the fields because he can do it. He can't get much stronger than this. Ooh, since we have the straw in hand anyway. Oh boy. Come on, give it to Taiju. If Taiju says, no, I don't want this hat, please give it to someone else, I'm gonna flip. A crown for our leader. Who should everyone follow? The Food King, of course. In other words, the best one making wheat fields. Okay, I get it. He's got to motivate everyone. Also, this feels like it's gotta be a One Piece reference. Like, do food and pirates sound vaguely similar? Oh, Chrome did have underwear. That's right. Thanks for reminding me. I do really want to see Taiju wearing this hat, though, because first of all, I think he'd look really good in it. Second of all, I need a shippy moment with Taiju and Yuzuriha. Like, I've come all the way around from, okay, sure, I guess this is the ship of the series, to it's not a ship, and also, like, it's infuriating. I've come all the way back around to, I want to see them together because they're minor characters, and I like shipping minor characters. We've come all the way around, full circle. I also do appreciate that, like, presumably they made these signs themselves, and since Magma doesn't know how to, like, he doesn't know how to write, he just used the picture of his face, whereas Yo actually wrote it out properly because he knows how to write. That is a nice little detail. This is also true, actually. I didn't really consider it, but, like, Taiju really is the kind of person who would thrive in this world specifically. I think I might have brought that up like when the series first started, but I do appreciate that idea of someone who is, not born in quite the right time, finally being able to make the best of his situation, finally able to, use his strength as, the way only a man can in order to just till the fields and do a good job. Aw, I lost my parents when I was real little. If I could bring them back, I know I'd do whatever it took. Aw. Okay, that's actually a really cool motivation, too. Like, yeah, it's not specifically that he wants to bring back anyone that he liked. It's specifically like, no, everyone else has that chance now. I want to give them that chance. It's such a pure desire. Like, it's such a small ambition that, like, it clearly illustrates why he's not a main character anymore. Because it's not grandiose enough. It's not that powerful, but it is important. Like, people like Taiju are desperately necessary. If we had just, crazy evil people controlling the Kingdom of Science, like, that would fall apart for obvious reasons. We need someone like Taiju who's willing to put in the work, like, day in and day out, in order to just do something purely, without any gain of his own. And yeah, Yuzuriha's really falling for him. All this wheat's popping up right where he planted the seeds. Like, for someone who doesn't understand agriculture at all, that really must be magical. Like, the idea that even if you kind of vaguely know, like, oh yeah, things grow here, to make that connection between, like, oh, seeds exist, and if you have seeds, you can turn them into plants. Like, that is still mind-blowing to me. I know all the theory of how plants work, and yet it still freaks me out whenever I do my, like, once-a-year thing of, hey, it'd be fun to try gardening, let's grow plants. And then I grow the plant every single time without ends. I get freaked out by how cool it is that you can grow a plant from a tiny seed like this big. But yeah, why did theirs not grow very well? Is it because he, like, properly aerated the soil, for instance? Oh, wait a minute. What Senku taught me way back when? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that did happen. Okay, that's really clever. Like, that's a really cool callback, too. Because it's been so long, I forgot they did that at all. Did they make a cell phone specifically for the balloon, or are they just using the same other units as usual? God, I can't believe we've leveled up this far, to the point where there is just a hot air balloon that can be used regularly, and they have a phone, or, at the very least, like, a radio that they can use to communicate with it. Like, that's so bonkers. And not just the fact that that happened, but also that we saw every single step of that process. Like, okay, maybe not 1 or 2 steps, sure, but, like, they all came from things that we saw on paper. There's this great sense of progress that I just absolutely adore. The return of Dr. Stones. Okay, wheat won't grow in acidic soil. Alright, and that also means, like, their fields weren't ruined or anything. Like, they just need to change the pH. Also, that's actually really interesting that, like, all that soil is just acidic. Like, the fact that Taiju did that worked, but it wasn't, like, he didn't understand the actual process behind it. If his soil was already basic, it would have just made it worse. Like, it would have caused the plants to... What is it called again? When your grass gets all crispy in the summer. Aw, man, Magma looks surprisingly adorable there. Like, jeez. Yep. You earned it, boy. Come on, let's see that image of Taiju wearing the straw hats. Wheat field acquired. Yeah, this is gonna look like crap, isn't it? But, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for Taiju. Like, now he has a firm place. Like, it's not just, okay, do some odd jobs where we need super strength. Like, he has a thing that he can do now regularly. Also, I do appreciate that we can see the former Tsukasa Empire all the way over there. Like, it's adding this great continuity to the worlds. And I imagine the next time they're in the hot air balloon, like, looking downwards, we'll see these fields. Like, in the middle of this wild, untamed stone world, there are fields. Like, my god. Yep, Taiju's very ready to reach the One Piece. I mean, to be fair, it's been thousands of years. I mean, if you ignore the part where the One Piece does not take place in our worlds, like, if the One Piece is still out there, Taiju could find it. To be fair, what is the thing in Brazil, if not the One Piece? For all we know, at the very end of One Piece, Luffy's going to go to Raftel. He's going to find the One Piece. He's going to touch it. It's going to shine and turn everyone to stone. And then we have to do a 1,000-year time skip. I am actually a little surprised that they didn't work a way into like giving the Straw Hats to someone else who would be on the ship. But I do appreciate this. Like, I appreciate the character moment more than the reference. Ooh, okay. The bread they actually brought along was so stale and gross that people practically died. You couldn't call that crap actual food. Right, so it doesn't have to be great, but at the very least, they need to figure out how to properly bake hardtack, so like it doesn't like rot or anything. All right, here we are. I assume it's going to be a success, or like it's not going to be good, but it's not going to be like awful. No, never mind, it's awful. Yeah, we're gonna have to work a lot harder to make this work. It's like eating a rock. The way it grinds against my teeth is so much fun. I do like that though. Like, it is like it's not good at all, but it's not even that they're saying it just to make Senku feel better. It's like they do honestly not realize that this is awful. This bread will be the death of us all, right? Yep. Oh boy, we need to revive a top chef. Very cool typesetting here, by the way. That looks really good. Oh yeah. I do really appreciate that though. Like, yeah, the party is growing very organically. And once they have a chef, like they don't need to keep them around on the ship. Wait a minute, I just realized, is the fact that they need a chef also a One Piece reference? Like, not in the sense of just we need to revive a chef, but are we going to do the One Piece thing of going through like this entire arc and getting people specifically like, we've got the navigator already. We have a I guess Ukyo could come along as a sniper. We don't really have a Luffy. I guess that would also technically be Ryusui because he's the captain, but he's more of a navigator. So they need a doctor. I guess they need most of the slots that the One Piece crew already fills, to be fair. God, if they brought Soma out of, like, first of all, if Soma just bled into Dr. Stone, I feel like that'd be a bit better than the current arc. Like, I'm still a little worried about the current arc, but I wouldn't say no to that. That would be really fun. Oh, incidentally, I'm surprised they didn't work in another Dr. Stone joke here. Like, it's like eating Dr. Stone. No. Anyways, so we're leaving it off on, we need a chef. They really need a chef. They're going to die if they do not get a chef. Oh boy. If I need to rank that, oh, I forgot to rank again. Oh boy. So, We Never Learn was a good chapter. One of my, preferred We Never Learn chapters. I mean, Yukio also worked on a submarine, which might be a bit different, but it is a Navy vessel. Also, he is a kid, which makes me very curious as to how in the world he ended up working on one. Like, how? Actually, how? Okay, so, rankings. We Never Learn was better than Black Clover, for sure. So, let's put that there. One Piece was not in this, as far as I could tell. If One Piece came out, let me know right now, and I'll do it at the very end. But I'm certain that it didn't. The Promised Neverland was a big chapter. Definitely better than We Never Learn. So I'm putting it above Lation. And then Dr. Stone, honestly better than Lation. Like, this was a good, solid Dr. Stone chapter. I really appreciate especially that, that Taiju got focus. It's so weird to say that because, how do I put this? I've rarely ever seen a series that would do something like this. Like, move a main character from one point to, just a side character. Like, I guess some series like Battle Angel Alita, for instance. Like, Alita did something similar to this in the sense that, the characters we started off the series with are not the characters that, are in every single arc. But Alita also kind of segments the various things. Like, there's always sort of a different party for certain parts of the series. Whereas with Dr. Stone, it's more of a continuous, Senku's had the Kingdom of Science. He's had a consistent party for a long time. It's just that, he got rid of Taiju and Yuzuriha for a while, and then they came back much later, and even then, they weren't, a core part of the series. Also, to be fair, it's not that Hell Warden is a bad series, it's just there's nothing about it I particularly like, if that makes any sense. That feels so harsh, but it's just there's nothing in it that stands out to me. There's nothing that makes me go, yes, I want to read Hell Warden for this. Whereas even with Food Wars, Food Wars is ranking low just kind of because of the arc, but there's still a lot of things where I read a Food Wars chapter and it's yeah, this is kind of what I wanted. I'm very happy this happened. I'm happy that we got to see this and that. And same with everything else, really. Hell Warden's the one series that I'm currently reading where I don't have a drive to read it. Not that it's bad, I'm still kind of I'm enjoying it well enough. but there's no impulse for me to go like, yes, I really need to check out this week's Hell Warden. Okay, so that's everything except for My Hero Academia is next. If you don't read My Hero, please leave. My Hero Academia. Oh boy, what in the hell? Okay, let's just put this in chats. I haven't been doing this for a while. My Hero Academia, number 214, Our Brawl. That didn't quite come out right. Anyways, yeah, okay, I can tell directly from Deku's outfit, at least, that these are, like, it's the same fantasy universe as the previous page, the previous, big fantasy color, and the ED for the anime. That's so cool. It's so consistent. Is the Salamander Dragon a reference to something? Oh, Hawks looks so cool. Oh my gosh, I love him. My god, he looks good already, usually, but he fits so well here. He looks like some sort of, like, non-human vampire slayer or something. Oh my god, Todoroki looks so badass. We saw him before, and he didn't look like that, so, like, I think he had the collar, though, so he must have changed. Like, this must be the evil side he had to repress all this time. That's finally coming out. Okay, and then Endeavor's, like, the mysterious master there. We've got, oh my gosh. Everyone looks so good. Jeez. Momo, not so much. I mean, Momo looks alright. It's just, I'm not a big fan of this design. It's okay, though. Like, it's got that fancy feel to it, and I do like her stockings. Her stockings do look really nice and ornate. Man, Best Jeanist looks basically the same, though. He looks like a character from, Batman Ninja, if anyone watched that movie. Like, in the sense that he has a very clearly modern aesthetic, but it's paying, like, homage to being in the past. Oh my gosh, actually, wait a minute. Is this the other sword that All Might had? But, like, cut in half? Dude, that's super cool. Okay, yes, it is. Sorry, I didn't look at chat, but okay, yeah. That is super cool. Like, it fit... I would absolutely read a light novel that is just the fantasy world of My Hero Academia. It's so cool. Todoroki got that real tattle fantasy aesthetic going on. Indeed, indeed. Oh, I just noticed that Old All Might's like a ninja here, I guess. That's cool. Anyways, Our Brawl. Hopefully this is, if not the ending to Midoriya versus Shinso, at the very least I hope we get right back into it. I mean, it sounds a little cruel to say that since, Midoriya's kind of going through a thing right now, but... Okay, because their hearts are still in it. Midoriya and Shinso too, getting right back into it. All of them are still hungry to win. Alright, so here's the big question. What is he going to do? Like, I see 3 options for Deku right now. Number 1, he continues to use All for One, but, like, he's terrified that it's going to go out of control. That feels very uncharacteristic. I don't think he's going to do it. Because, like, if he might kill someone, he wouldn't do it. He would rather just, fight quirkless. Number 2, he just does not use his powers at all. Like, he just goes back to strategy. And, has the rest of his teammates fights. Which I could see him doing. And that could also, like, play into this. Like, Shinso loses not because of Deku's incredible quirk, but because Deku had to, like, outsmart him. Number 3 is the balls to the wall. Deku uses, like, his, I guess I should just call it All for One? Or, like, One for All? But, he uses the strength power, and then he also starts using Black Whip as well. Like, he just balls to the wall, screw everything, we're gonna just do this. Like, I'm gonna show Shinso all my power, including this new ability. Because that would actually help even the odds against his, the restraining fabric. Like, Shinso has a lot of range because of that specifically. Okay. I should have read a little bit more. I might still be a danger to you guys, so there's no way I can use my quirk now. Okay, so, yes, just be the strategist, Deku. Oh, nope. Okay, so he's not. Fair enough. I could also see him, like, using one big burst. Like, he'll use a bunch of strength for one big move, but apart from that, he's going to fight quirkless. Like, that'd be the safest way to do it. Alright. Thank goodness we're getting to see, the other kids fighting. Can't afford to take critical hits in a brawl like this. I'm so curious as to, like, how he can use Twin Impact in more clever ways. Like, it's already a pretty cool quirk, but I want to see him do more with it because it has so much potential. Oh, wait a minute. Did we know that before? if we knew it, at the very least, I personally did not realize that. Like, I did remember hearing that, Minetta's quirk doesn't stick to him, but I didn't realize that he can also bounce off of them, like, specifically. That's also super multifaceted. Like, not super multifaceted, but, like, it's a very simple power that has a lot of potential to it. God. Like, as much as I don't care for the frequency of his perv comedy, like the perv comedy doesn't annoy me at all. Like, I think that's fine. It's more just like I don't like the frequency of it sometimes. But like as a character, he is genuinely one of my favorite My Hero characters. And I really do appreciate like how unique he is as a person. This was all part of the plan. Of course this was also part of it. Jeez. But I mean, come on. I mean, if you like Mina, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to go for it. Like, this is a straight win-win. Also, the sound effect is literally boob. That is amazing. All according to Keikaku. The grape pinky combo, Minetta bounce. Even that is legitimately a really cool technique, because, like, it's not at random. He had to specifically set up all of these balls so that he could, be flung in one direction and then bounce off of all of them. That is super clever. I wish we could regroup, but they're coming at us so quick. There's no time to come up with a plan. Okay, I can't get stronger on my own. I don't possess the right stuff to be the main character. Oh, that's such a cool way of putting it. Right. I don't resent what I've been given because it's necessary to pull off these masterful performances. The ones where the supporting roles upstage the leads. I think that's honestly one of the best lines he's ever had. Like, this page is possibly one of his best pages ever. Like, just making people mad aside, I really appreciate that facet of him. The fact that he is the guy who makes other people mad. I think that's such, like, that, and also, like, the fact that he knows he's not the main character, but he wants to be. He wants to excel. He wants to be better. He wants to upstage those who are already in the spotlight. It's such a good, like, fit for him. The only reason it kind of feels weird is because he sort of represents Class 1B, and the rest of them are not like that. But I think that as a individual character, that is really compelling. Oh? Wait, he took one for all? That could be dangerous right now. Okay, pin him. Oh, it was a bluff. Okay. I drew a blank. Like, is that a thing he can do? I remember a few chapters ago, we brought up something like that. Like, the idea that there is more to his quirk, that, there can be, like, misfires and stuff. So, is there, like, some other thing he needs to do in order to get a quirk that, like, we haven't fully understood, apart from just touching? Either that, or maybe he has to know what the quirk is when he touches someone, and right now Deku isn't, like, his quirk is fundamentally different, like, now that, Black Whip's been awakened. Like, it's no longer one for all the strength quirk, it's now one for all the strength and Black Whip quirk combined. Oh, that's also really clever. Yeah. Like, one for all is technically two quirks on its own. Like, he may have just taken the power to move his quirk. Yeah. Oh, never mind. I misread the way you said it. Like, maybe he didn't take the strength quirk, but no, it's specifically he didn't take the stockpiled strength. That also makes sense. I do actually really hope, out of all those possibilities, I do kind of hope that it is just, like, he has some sort of flaw to his quirk. Like, that would just make him more interesting in a way. Alright. Right in close range. Now, what are you doing? Last time we tamed like this was at the sports festival. Yeah. I also really appreciate the idea behind their fights. Like, the idea that Deku can't talk to Shinso. Deku has been a very communicative fighter. As is the case with a lot of, like, these new era shonen series. Like, a lot of old era shonen is, like, about just fighting and not really talking things out. The backlash to that in, like, the mid-2000s was, the spate of series, including, like, Naruto, for instance. It's weird to call Naruto a new series. But, like, series like Naruto, where the idea is that you are supposed to talk out your problems, and when that doesn't work, then you beat the crap out of your opponents. I really appreciate that in a series like that, generally Midoriya can't really talk to people, unless he's, like, even when he's talking to them, a lot of times he's, like, monologuing. Like, he's just talking for himself. I really appreciate that this is a fight specifically where even if he wanted to, Deku cannot talk to Shinso. Eraser spent 5 years learning how to use this thing. How can I expect to even get a handle on it? But he's been doing it. He's really been doing it. When things go south, we're dead if we can't rely on ourselves. That also makes Eraserhead even cooler, because like it's not like he learned a martial art. He invented the use of this weapon. I'm not the same as before, Midoriya. Okay. Oh my gosh, okay. That guy's attitude, his voice, his whole vibe felt a lot like All Might's. So, he's doing it. He's using not just his strength quirk, but Black Whip. Or actually, to be fair, we don't know if he is using his strength quirk at all. He might not be. I could actually see him just using Black Whip here. Because that, oh my gosh, that's actually an extra possibility. What if Midoriya can only use one quirk at a time? And the reason why Monoma couldn't, copy All for One is because Deku isn't using that quirk. Like, he's shifted entirely over to Black Whip. Like, Black Whip plus the ability to switch quirks and to, like, transfer quirks. Like, he's using all of that, but the super strength is not in him at all. So, like, unless... I'm so curious about that. There's so many possibilities. Also, I don't think Black Whip is Spider-Man. Like, the way Midoriya uses it is it is kind of like webbing, but not quite. And the previous user also didn't seem like a Spider-Man type. I was talking about it last time. He had like this string of ammo on his chests. Or actually, you should probably see it here. No, you can't. Like, based on that, the goggles, I feel like he was more of a, like... It feels like he used Black Whip mostly to immobilize people, and then he used, like, a gun or something to fight. Or something. Like, I do think that Horikoshi's going to make Spider-Man references using the power of Black Whip. Especially since Midoriya does have super strength as well, so he can, like, fling himself quickly across cityscapes and whatnot. But I don't think Black Whip by itself is a Spider-Man reference. To be fair, like, when it first started manifesting, it also felt a lot like Venom in a way, so it could have been. I do feel like there is some level of Spider-Man-ness in it, if that's a word, but not fully, if that makes any sense. Anyways, that was My Hero Academia. My gosh, what a chapter. Oh, yeah. The gun thing is definitely just my own personal theory, but I really like it. Okay, I said this last time too, but I want to say it again. There was a Spider-Man run from the 90s that I really love called Identity Crisis, not to be confused with the DC Identity Crisis, where like Spidey had to come up with 4 distinct different personas to fight with because, he couldn't be Spider-Man. And I really loved being able to see like Spider-Man using portions of his abilities, but not all of them, in conjunction with like extra tools and stuff. I really love the idea of all the previous One for All users, like most of them had their own quirks in addition to All for One. And then we can see like how they fought, how they used super strength in conjunction with their personal quirks and their other like equipment and whatnots. And then we can also see how Midoriya uses all those quirks in completely different ways. In general, I really love seeing the same ability being used in drastically different ways. So I would definitely want to do this. Also, I do think that the Deku's, sorry, what am I saying? Like revolving quirks around, like, using one quirk at a time would also definitely make him less broken. Like, maybe at the end of the series, he'll finally, be able to use all of them all at once, and that would feel very earned, but up until then, I think it'd be cool to have him just use one at a time. Because, like, that also means that, like, this situation, for instance, is, like, it's not as ridiculous, because he can capture those 2 things. He can hold them down, he can toss them around, but he has to use his own physical human strength for that. And then, switch over to One for All. Like, sorry, I'm rambling now. But yeah, it is, like, it also does feel very video gamey, which appeals to me on a very base level. It feels like something that Shigaraki would get very jealous over. Anyways, that was My Hero Academia. That, I don't want to put it above Dr. Stone. It was a really good chapter, like, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't as viscerally fun. It was still really good, and I do think it's honestly better than Lation. Promised Neverland feels a bit low now that I've said that, but... I guess just for, like, the sheer excitement of this. Like, I really did enjoy this chapter. I've been talking a lot recently about the idea of shonen series and being able to enjoy something even if the stake, like, regardless of what the stakes are, like, being very, like, personally invested in it, and the power of a series to make you invested in it. And I have to say, like, My Hero has gotten me super reinvested into it. Man, like, it took something that could have been a massive misstep and could still be a massive misstep, and for now, it is keeping me very, very engaged and interested and speculative in regards to it. So I'm gonna put it right above Annihilation. How is Shigaraki going to keep up with Deku's power escalation now? There is that theory. I don't think I fully buy into it, but there is a theory that All For One actually gave Shigaraki All For One at some points. And right now, like, he still has all those abilities, but it's because, like, in prison, in Tartarus, he just has those abilities. He can't change them at all, but no one would be able to tell if he could, right? I think that'd be a cool way of keeping him in Tartarus, like, keeping him away from conflict while still giving Shigaraki a massive boost. Also, I do like the idea of Shigaraki being able to use, like, one quirk per hand or something. Wait a minute. Is Hell Warden Higuma a Shigaraki reference? I couldn't even hold myself to say that. Okay, whatever. Alright, so, that was my hero. I guess all we have to do is author comments, then I'll figure out if I want to move around anything or not. It really bothers me, by the way, that there's a thing here that says comments, but these are not the comments. This is just Orion's Shonen Jump Chapters blog, which I can't read, especially because Actage is on it, and I don't want to be spoiled for Actage. Anyways, let's go to the blog, and then go to author comments, which is Mangaka Musings. This still annoys me so much. Oh boy. Okay, calm down. Let's not get my blood pressure racing. If there's a bunch of red that starts spilling out of this, by the way, I guess you won't be able to see it, but I'll have to, like, instantly stop the stream. Oh boy. Don't worry, I won't have a Donatsu reaction about this. Anyways, time for the author comments. Starting off with my hero. My assistant Noguchi-kun has a manga in Jump Giga Volume 2. Please give it a read. I'm kind of curious about that. Jump Giga Volume 2, 2019. Oh, it's on Comic Find even. Like, is there a table of contents? No, there isn't. Like, either way, it's not going to be an ongoing series or anything. Jump Giga is essentially the we didn't put out Weekly Shonen Jump, so we're going to put out something else. Like, the reason why Gintama was on just now is because Gintama moved over to it. So, I assume this is either a one-shot or it's like, it's a series that is going to be like, it's going to come out whenever Giga comes out. Anyways, I sent a line message to my mom saying that I was sleepy. I was so surprised when she responded by saying that I wasn't sleepy and that it was just my imagination that I woke up. What? That is the most author commenty comment I have ever seen. What in the world? This feels like something that, like, Toriyama would put into the front of a Dragon Ball volume or something. It's so weird. I tried making bread for research. I was blown away by all the amazing tweaks and things you need to do to make modern types of bread. Bread making is super cool. I don't personally make my own bread, but oh man, it is genuinely interesting. My parents really want to try making some bread, and we might, honestly. Like, there's no reason not to. I got to hear Issei-san say "repent" right to me. Wow, I'll treasure the memory forever. Yay! Oh boy. Oh boy, I forgot to actually mention this, by the way. I mentioned it in the pre-recorded version, but not in the live stream. I had, like, a small, like, lump at the core of my my thumb. I had to have that removed. It's been bugging me for like half a year now, so it's fine now. Like, the most of my hand is fine, honestly. There's also a cut here, but that's completely irrelevant. It has nothing to do with the rest of this. It looks bad, but it's really not. The main problem is honestly just that I can't, like, nya properly. Like, I can't move my fingers any more than this. So, oh, wait, maybe if I do both of my hands like this, like, sort of a scratchy thing. Doable. Potential. I could see the possibility there. Anyways. At the Jump New Year's party, my former editor who was in charge of the name tags forgot to make me one. Jeez. Like, Jump is really pushing Black Clover. Black Clover is, like, it is their darling child right now. Like, more so than My Hero, which is so weird. Like, My Hero has, like, it is a big series, but it's never been particularly favored by Jump. Like, even when it was, like, coming out around the time of the New Power Generation, like Assassination Classroom and, what were the other New Power Generation series? Nisekoi? Like, when that was happening, a lot of people were just like, oh, and also, My Hero's around, but they're not promoting it. It's so weird to think that My Hero is genuinely kind of an underdog. Anyways, it feels so weird that they're not paying super special attention to Yuki Tabata, because they're kind of making, their new big push series. Hey, more Haikyuu anime! I'll skip over, like, the Jujutsu Kaisen and Octage ones. Like, if I see any, like, names in there, for instance, I'll move over them, because I don't want to be spoiled by anything. Aw, so moe. I'm so glad Dragon Quest Builders 2 turned out so awesome! Oh, by the way, probably not going to do more Boruto. We'll see. I might do, like, a compilation reaction later on, but for now, we'll see. I'm very hesitant when it comes to doing, like, more stuff in Weekly Shonen Jump, because it's already kind of bloated. I didn't know he played an instrument. That's cool. Aww. I'm not a big fan of Higuma, but I am glad that people really like Higuma and that he's getting, like, a bunch of fan mail and stuff. That is genuinely super heartwarming. Oh my gosh, a, like, genuine Chainsaw Man comment, not just a weird list. I caught the flu, but a medicine I took called Zofluza worked great. Is this a thing? I've never heard of this. Okay, huh. A one-dose prescription medication used to treat the flu. Interesting. I'm not going to look into it right now, but that is actually super interesting. I've never heard of it. Oh my gosh, I can be the first to add my comments. Well, I don't... Keep in mind, I don't adjust my glasses like this. Because, I don't know, it feels rude. I don't want to use my middle finger for that. But if I did, I would seriously consider starting a crew. Do I want to add a comment? Nah. I don't really have anything I want to say about this. I mean, I spent about an hour or so saying things about it, so maybe I do have things to say. But not too many more than this video. In any case, it's time for the final ranking. Of these, like, okay, Dr. Stone #1, I can live with that. My Hero, Lation, The Promised Neverland, We Never Learn, Black Clover, Chainsaw Man, Food Wars, Higuma. Do I want to move anything here? Like, not really. Like, I feel like The Promised Neverland should be higher than Lation, but I genuinely did enjoy Lation more, but in a different way. This is the main problem I've always had, is, like, the enjoyment I got from The Promised Neverland it's not that it's better or worse, it's just different. It's different in a way that Lation literally cannot do. I think I'm going to move it above. Like, just in the same way that last week, I said a lot about My Hero, even though, like, the chapter itself wasn't absolutely amazing, top-notch, 10 out of 10, it made my heart race so much. It made my mind race, and I was so excited by the possibilities of it. Like, it gave me more enjoyment, and I thought about it all week. So, in the same way, I feel like Promised Neverland deserves to be higher, because I will be thinking about the true nature of the demons all week. Actually, by that nature, should I move it above My Hero? I might. Oh boy, it's going all the way up. Can it beat Dr. Stone? Nah. Like, though it was a more important chapter than Dr. Stone's chapter, it wasn't as great. Like, I did genuinely enjoy Dr. Stone and the agriculture and seeing Taiju make bread, or, like, make a field, not even make bread. Like, I enjoyed all of that so much. I really should. Maybe if I move over to Excel. Like, is this legal? Can I do this? Can I... let's move the sheet over. Paste. And then we'll just move... Promised Neverland and... nah. It's too dumb. I want it to be like an actual linear list. Anyways, I've wasted way more than enough time. This is the final ranking. I really, really enjoyed the series. If you didn't catch it before, Dr. Stone, My Hero Academia are switched over for reasons. This was a fantastic, jam-packed issue of Jump. I cannot wait until the day that I'll be able to read actually all of Jump. Also, by the way, if you don't know about this, No, not Monokami. Manga Plus, that's it. Shueisha released an app, like a phone app and also a web app called Manga Plus that uses the same chapters as Viz, but there are no region locks on it. Like there are some. You can't use it in like China, South Korea, and somewhere else. But like everywhere else, including like Southeast Asia and a lot of the other places that Viz can't be found at, you can find it. Also, this is it's vertical right now, but if I can get the my gosh, how do I like the reader has some problems. But if I can get the first page, so then you like 2-page spreads just won't be lined up, which is a problem. It's not the best. Like they need to do some work, but I am very excited that Manga Plus is a thing. Like anything that gets people to read the official release is good on my in my books. And it is pretty cool. It does do some weird things with tracking, so if you're very privacy focused, that might be a problem. You'll notice that you can't make an account, but it will like be able to tell your favorites. You'll be able to remember your favorites. It's a bit creepy. Yeah, they also have a bunch of series from, I believe if you go to Manga List, does it tell you? I thought there was a thing that, okay, yeah. So like, you can see all the various Jump series they have, including Hinamaru Zumo, which even Viz does not have, as far as I know. Do they have another? Oh yeah, they have their killer app, I'm from Japan, which I did genuinely like. The idea of Shueisha telling Viz like, no, don't do I'm from Japan. We want it. That is the most Shueisha thing I can think of. But yeah, like they have no like middle chapters right now. I imagine you'll be able to buy them in the future or something. But there's that. They have like a bunch of Jump Plus series, including a bunch of series I've never heard of. So like these might be some of the only ways you can read some of these series. Some Jump Squared stuff. And yeah, after that, it's just like genres. But like they have a lot of cool stuff here. I would highly recommend checking it out. Don't enter this contest though, because I entered it and I want that Luffy poster. I want this One Piece poster. If I can do anything with my immense power as a person who makes reaction videos on the internet, it's I can rig this contest by making the 8 people watching this video not enter the contests. Yeah, if you want to enter, feel free to. Anyways, we're winding down. I'm rambling. This is Manga Plus, before I was on Viz. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Is there anything else I really need to say? Not really. I've talked way more than enough. I really appreciate each and every person who watches the stuff. It's insane. I can't believe that people stick around and comment on these things. It is mind-blowing. Like, in a good way. Incidentally, wait, really? Terraformers is there, but not the most recent 3 chapters? By the way, if anyone was buying Platinum Ends, you can read the most recent 3 chapters of Platinum End here, too. I wouldn't recommend jumping in, though. A lot of stuff happens between Chapter 3 and Chapter 35. But, yeah. And they're also doing re-editions, which I believe One Piece is the only one where they're doing the actual series and also a re-edition. Let's see if we can find that, actually. Sorry, I know I was about to end it. With re-editions, there's like putting out the chapters one at a time for a while. They're going to remove them over time, but like if you follow one of these, you'll be able to read the entire series. Which isn't that great? Like, especially since you really have to start right from the beginning. It only really works if you've started, from the very start. But I do think it's a cool idea. I'll probably use it to read Claymore. Like, I've never read Claymore before, but the fact that they're doing a re-edition for it makes me want to like follow it for a bit and see how it's going. And they have a bunch of other stuff. Like anything that is a re-edition is something they'll do that for. And you have like 14 weeks to to catch up if you haven't already. Wait, is this supposed to be Cell? What in the heck? No, who is this? Can I get a bigger version? No, I can't. No, I can't. Or is that Dabura? Anyways, sorry. We're ending it right now. Thank you guys so very much for putting up with this, whatever this is. I'll try to get out the reaction soon. I'm one hand down, so it's a bit harder to edit, but it's not that hard. Like, anything I can do with just a mouse is fine. Anyways, okay, no more tangents. Thank you guys very, 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 very much. Very, 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 very much. Bye for now. Nya nya.